Culture is a term that encompasses the behaviours, norms and beliefs found in a particular figuration. Everyone has varying cultures, whether it be from schools, religious groups, sports or lifestyles. Every week I waste my sleep-ins to meet up with my mates at a crag to enjoy one of my favourite hobbies, rock climbing. Upon meeting up, we unpack and decide who is going to carry what gear for the hike so that it is all evenly spread. Along the way is a great time to catch up and chat about the day to come, as well as explore new places. Often during the hike, you come across other groups heading to the same crag. Occasionally, you might join them and climb some routes together, or just chat until you head your separate ways. Rock climbing is a subsection of mountaineering and can be divided further into several subsets. However, in its simplest, we have free climbing and bouldering. Free climbing is split into two types, traditional and sport climbing, and takes place on longer routes navigating up a cliff with ropes, focusing on more technical aspects of climbing, while bouldering problems are very short and require only a couple of very powerful moves to complete. While all forms of mountaineering are physically demanding, the mental game is a common factor in why people climb. To help gain an understanding of what climbing culture is, I decided to interview one of my friends about what makes someone a strong climber. Here's what he had to say.
To me, when I think of a strong climber, I think of someone who sort of doesn't quit. Climbing can be extremely challenging both mentally and physically, and you're never going to sort of flash a climb first go every time, but to push through those hard points and to keep climbing despite all the falls or all the injuries, whatever, is really sort of what I think a strong climber is.
These values are shared amongst most climbers. Individuals within the climbing community are generally open-minded and inclusive towards others. A great example of this is a community platform, The Crag. The Crag is an internet-based guidebook to various crags worldwide. This resource is compiled by the climbing community and distributed freely. This resource provides climbers with information about the surrounding area, such as ethical issues to be mindful of, the history, and the approach. This platform also allows individuals to track their progress on varying grades of difficulty and compete against friends and others that have climbed the same routes. Climbing cultures vary across location and types of climbing. For example, climbing in a gym versus outside at a local crag differs greatly. In my experience, outdoor climbing culture tends to be more welcoming and participation focused. My previous example of meeting other groups outdoors suits this perfectly. However, while climbing indoors at a gym, it tends to become more cliquey. Gyms tend to be more focused on performance. I believe this is because of the higher density of people in a small location. While people often share beta or how to ascend the climb, there is often a subliminal hierarchy in indoor climbing. Although there is still an element of warmth and openness, people tend to stick to the people they know or who are regulars. The best climbing culture can be found in major climbing locations across Australia. For example, the Blue Mountains is a hub for all things mountaineering and attracts tens of thousands of like-minded individuals. Culture here is relaxed and welcoming, as most people are visiting for the same purpose. Here, climbing is only a fraction of the culture, as most climbers tend to camp in their tents or cars. The camping aspect alone is an indicator of what climbing culture is. Here, different groups sit around the same fire, sharing food, drinks, equipment, and importantly, stories. These stories are of past trips, routes that they had sent that day, and places to visit in the area, such as waterfalls and canyons. It is difficult to choose an element of rock climbing that I enjoy most. The social aspect is a major reason of why many love climbing so much. However, the transferability of skills from climbing to other elements of mountaineering is an aspect that many others enjoy. The technical skills and problem-solving side of climbing allows you to explore through many other environments, such as canyons and down waterfalls, while navigating skills can lead you on hikes to discover new peaks. Overall, climbing culture can be described as clan culture, meaning that it is people-orientated and places emphasis on the commonality of goals and values. Personally, I believe this is most prominent in free climbing, where two or more people are striving towards the same goal and ensuring that all parties succeed.